Hey, it's John, and today we're going to be putting a new carburetor on the Wagoneer, and I'm just going to hope to God that this thing runs right after this. Otherwise, I'm not sure what to do next. Stay tuned and go wheel. So it's John. We are putting a new carburetor on the Wagoneer. We got this one from BJ's Off-Road. Got some new fuel lines that attach to the front. Some additional carburetor gaskets as well. I got like an assortment of stuff just in case, including the plastic phenolic spacer, this guy, and this guy. Recently I posted like a YouTube short a while ago where we identified that the, let's get some light on here, from the side of the carb from this throttle shaft, I know it's hard to see in this video, but there was gas leaking out of this. And there's definitely some kind of vacuum leak or carburetor problem. All right. Okay. I'm gonna take some video of all the vacuum lines so I don't screw them up. So that stuff right there goes right there. Vacuum, vacuum, vacuum. I'm gonna disconnect this thing on the back. Ties into that little T right there. Most of the stuff's pretty straightforward, but maybe it'll help me out later. Put this over here. All right, what does this hook up to? I'm just gonna pop this off next. And then this guy goes, it's a power valve. I'm gonna mark that actually. Yeah, tip here is mark all your vacuum lines, label them with blue tape or zip ties or something. I feel like if you're not doing that, it could add a ton of time to your project. And if I would imagine most professional shops are marking their lines and they know what they're doing. No one, I don't think a shop would be stupid enough to not mark lines as they take them off, because the 30 seconds you spend marking your lines might save you 2 to 3 hours of misrouted vacuum lines when you reassemble. So we'll be doing that next. PV power valve. Okay, left pass side front. I'm gonna label this guy pass side front. Also helps me to record this so I don't, like, if I don't remember, that disconnects there. Linkage. If you normally watch my channel, you'll realize that I'm not in my normal shop. I'm actually in my little front garage. This is where the Wagoneer normally lives, so it's not quite drivable right now. I'm trying to get it drivable with the new carb. I'm hoping this goes quick, and I'm hoping it just works. We'll see. We did put a new fuel pump in it recently. That made no difference, but the symptoms are that it'll idle and run good for a little bit, and then as soon as it gets even a little bit warm, it just starts wanting to stumble and die. It kind of felt like a vacuum or intake leak. When I identified the fuel leaking from the throttle shaft, that's a combination of a fuel leak and a vacuum leak. I'm not gonna even mildly pretend that I know anything about carburetors. I just know that, yeah, you could check for vacuum leaks, fuel leaks, intake leaks. I'm kind of throwing a Hail Mary here by just doing the carburetor. All right. Should just come off right now. All right. So it does look to me like there is fuel, possibly fuel. Yep. So this is all fuel leaking out somehow. So either carb wasn't tight, or once again, we did look at a fuel leak on the throttle shaft. Let's see if this guy. Okay, so that's a Wilson adapter that's bolted down. Pretty rad. Got that from Summit Racing. That thing is amazing. Summit. It was the old adapter we got, the Mr. Heater or whatever the hell. That thing never sealed. It actually never was going to seal. This one actually seals to the intake. This guy was like leaking gas out of here. Somewhere, or right here maybe, and it was actually dripping out consistently. It wasn't like a small leak. once again, I'm not great with carbs, but that did seem like a problem to me. Next, I have this is a rat's nest, but I have a new hard line to go here. Oh wow, look at that. This is soaked. So I don't know what's going on there, but that's soaked with gas, and you could see fuel was getting past this gasket for whatever reason. Was it just not tight enough? I don't know. I mean, that's soaked in fuel. This is soaked in fuel. That's why I would replace everything. All right, so, wow, it's a thin, really thin center gasket right there. The old one was quite a lot thicker right here. But yeah, got that on there. I just wanted to also point out how far in the accelerator pump is pushed in. It's in pretty far. I just never know where to put the adjustment here, so it's cool to see that. This guy's the big one on the back. Right, so the Wagoneer so far runs awesome. It hasn't ran this good in a long time, so I'm pretty stoked. I think it's good to go. I need to do more test driving. Previously, it would just die on me out of nowhere after like 5 minutes of driving, and so and it idled at 1200. It had some external fuel leaks in the carb through the throttle shaft. That you could smell the old fuel. I need to run through this fuel or pump it out, and maybe I need to get maybe just put a ton of fresh fuel in the tank for that matter. I mean, I could still smell the old fuel right now, even though it hasn't ran in a minute or two. It just smells old, so I need to cycle through that old fuel before I mess up the new carb. So thanks for following along this week. If you can, please like, subscribe, comment below. Trying to get to 2,000 subscribers. I would appreciate it a lot if you would subscribe. I'm gonna go pull this into the shop now and put some off-road lights on it and replace these ones.